Hello everyone, myself Prince Raj Yadav of EPH third year from IIT Roorkee, and I'm going to discuss about Z transform. Starting with the introduction, just like for continuous time ft we have Laplace transform, similarly for discrete time Fourier transform we have Z transform. It is the general form of DTFT. We can use this Z transform for the signals for which DTFT is not applicable, and it is used to analyze stability and causality. It is also known as the discrete form of Laplace transform. Now coming to the formula, if we have a discrete signal xn, then Z transform of the signal xz can be given as summation over n is equal to minus infinity to infinity of xn into z to the power minus n, where z is r into e to the power j omega and r is the absolute value of z and n is integer. Now coming to the application, but before that I would like to revise some fundamentals. We can analyze any impulse response system as the impulse response system with feedback contains oscillations that increase or decrease with time. Systems like the first picture represent stable oscillating signals. If if the system coefficients are changed, impulse response also change, and in such oscillations we get a graph which is unstable, like the second picture. And if we pass an impulse through a signal, since impulse is a signal with all possible sinusoidal frequency domain, then if we perform Fourier analysis on the impulse response, we can see all the modified sinusoidal frequencies. And if we perform Z transform, both the tasks are accomplished at the same time. Now, summing up the points which we have discussed in the previous slides, the application of Z transform is we can identify the presence of increasing or decreasing oscillations in an impulse response of a system, and by this we can comment about the stability or stability of the signal. By identifying presence of sinusoidal in the impulse response of a system, we can determine that system's frequency. Now coming to how Z transform tells us about stability and causality. But first we have to look for the nature of z to the power minus n. We have z is equal to r into e to the power j omega. So z to the power minus n can be written as r to the power minus n into e to the power minus j omega. So we have multiplication of two functions. So we'll analyze them separately. First r to the power minus n. For r greater than 1 we have a decaying graph, and for r less than 1 we have an increasing graph. Now coming to e to the power minus j omega, we can also write it as cos n omega minus j into sin n omega, and graphs of cos n omega and sin n omega are represented as well. Now z to the power minus n omega can be represented by the two graphs, where we have a converging graph for r less than 1, a diverging graph for r greater than 1, and a perfect sinusoidal for r equal to 1 for both the imaginary and real values of z. Now as we have z which is complex, it can also be written as a plus I omega. So we can have an Argand plane for z, and if we choose a point outside the circle whose radius is 1, uh, we'll get a converging plot, and if we select a point on the circle we get a perfect sinusoidal, and if z is selected from inside the unit circle, then we'll get a diverging signal. These regions play a major role in determining stability and causality of a signal by using correlation method. For any signal, if it correlates with the diverging or converging plot, then the signal is unstable or stable respectively. Now we know Z transform of a signal xn is represented by this formula, and from previous discussions we have observed that the order of z to the power minus n plays very major role in determining stability of a signal, as at some point it begins to diverge so much that the value of xz reaches infinity, and then the ROC comes into picture. ROC is the region of convergence in which a signal is analyzed for stability and causality. For region where xz, the Z transform of a signal xn, is less than infinity or is infinite, it is called the region of convergence. Solving an example for better understanding. Let us take a signal xn equal to a to the power minus n into un, where un is a step function. So after solving for Z transform, we get a GP summation whose common factor is a into z to the power minus 1. And for xn, xz to be finite, the summation must be finite, and for that the common ratio must be less than 1. So after equating a to the power minus z less than 1, we get modulus of z must be greater than modulus of a. And this is the region of convergence, or ROC, illustrated in the picture. We have a circle of radius a. The points outside the circle lie in the region of convergence. The stability of a signal from Z transform is defined if ROC includes the unit circle. Just like in ROC of Laplace transform, where we had to include the axis. Therefore, for previous example, uh, picture 1 is stable as it includes the circle, as the region of conversion includes the unit circle, and second picture is unstable as the unit circle is inside the circle of radius a. Here are some of the examples for ROC of Z transform, and only first one is stable as it includes the unit circle inside the region of convergence, which is between the concentric circles of radius a and b. Now, from Z transform, we can also comment about the causality of a signal by looking at the Alban plane. If ROC of signal extends outwards from the pole with largest radius, then the signal is causal, as you can see in the example illustrated here. Now the question is, why do we need to use Z transform although we have so many analysis methods? First of all, it is applicable for discrete time signals, and in practical we have samples of time so to compute. So Z transform is practically feasible than the other transforms. Both discrete time signals and linear time invariant systems can be completely characterized using Z transform. The stability of the linear time invariant system can be determined by calculating Z transform of a given signal DFT, and FT can be determined. The entire family of digital filters can be obtained from one prototype Z transform. The solution of differential equations can be simplified or obtained, and we can reduce the mathematical calculations by using Z transform. That's all from my side.